Muy buenas, bienvenidos una vez más acá en el canal y en esta oportunidad vamos a cubrir el Summer Game Fest de Just Killing, que básicamente es toda esta propuesta que hizo él junto con un montón de desarrolladores de la industria, un montón de compañías, para traernos en este verano, ujú. Bueno, ahí está Jeff Killing diciendo más o menos lo que vamos a esperar. Este es un proyecto que él está haciendo, y la verdad que me parece bastante genial. Y bueno, el otro día vimos el Inside Post como parte de este proyecto. Y bueno, todo esto van a ser 3 meses full de muchas noticias, como ya lo hemos estado discutiendo aquí en los directos. Tengo que hacer bien un notijuego al respecto, pero bueno, el hecho es que esta es la segunda fecha. Y bueno, al parecer va a haber algunos reveals de algún juego y unos invitados especiales, que por ahí creo que se filtró que es Tony Hawk's. Ya veremos cómo queda la cosa. Pero bueno, no es que sea un juego que me llame mucho la atención, sin embargo, bueno, estoy emocionado por todo el evento en general. Así que bueno, vamos a ver qué se nos trae. ¿Y ustedes qué dicen? ¿Qué están esperando para este evento?
Today we prepared an exciting announcement for you all.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vamos a ver qué se nos trae. Summer Game Fest, señores, esto ha empezado. 6.000 personas viendo esto en vivo en este momento. Bueno, no en mi canal, sino Summer Game Fest, pero bueno, es lo que hay. Bueno, viste, como les dije, había rumores de que iba a haber Tony Hawk's aquí. Y ahí lo tienen. Pues voy a sacar mi último helado para disfrutarlo aquí con ustedes mientras vemos esto. Cómo evolucionó de la Play 1 a las diferentes generaciones hasta llegar ahorita a lo de ahora. Porque Tony Hawk's ha sido un juego de skating que dejó de existir. Murió. Y ahora está volviendo. Lo cual me parece bastante genial. Yo recuerdo que a pesar de que yo no estoy tan emocionado, no estoy tan emocionado con este juego, recuerdo que de niño yo lo jugaba bastante con mis amigos. Y era divertido. Y verlo ahora, cómo se ve, me trae un poco de nostalgia, la verdad.
There's the big news. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 is coming back for a brand new remaster. Hey everyone, it's Jeff Keighley, and this is an exciting Summer Game Fest announcement of that news. And to talk a bit about it right now, we've got
Es como
two
con un
very
remake del 1 y
special
el 2,
guests
¿no?
joining us. Of course, the one and only Tony Hawk and Jen from Vicarious Visions, who did the incredible Crash Bandicoot remaster, and they're now teaming up with Tony to bring Pro Skater back, which is a much requested thing to have happen.
Después de
Tony,
tantos años.
this is exciting. I know it's been like, I think 4 or 5 years since the last time you guys did a game. This is what everyone I think wanted, right? Was like rolling back the clock to the originals and bringing it forward. How did this come about?
You know, it's been there's been a lot of requests over the last few years. I would say even over 5 years, and I could just sense it ramping up, especially as we approach the 20th anniversary of the release of the first THPS. And I was talking to Activision about some other stuff, about some charity events, and the idea was just like, why don't we remaster this? And when it came from them, I said, you don't understand how many people have asked me that. And I try to explain to them that I don't have a team of coders behind me that I can just go make this happen. And they said, yeah, let's get on it. And they immediately tapped Vicarious Visions, and off we went. And I mean, honestly, the end product is way better than I ever imagined.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was so excited that it was, you know, like what VV always does, which is kind of honoring the tradition of the game, but obviously kind of, you know, fully upgrading it, and you know, not just the graphics, but it's also like the controls and how it feels, because we're moving, you know, 20 years forward in time. Jen, this is, you know, again,
Básicamente es una especie de
VV
remaster del
has
1
done
y
a
el
lot of
2.
great things over
Y bueno,
the
los creadores del
years, but
original,
now
o
it's
sea,
like you
Tony y toda
guys are
esa
known
cosa,
for really
era
these,
como
you know,
que querían
amazing
hacer
kind of, you
un
know,
remaster, pero no
remasters of
podían porque no
beloved
tenían los
franchises.
programadores detrás.
This is, you know, a very different game than
Hasta que
Crash.
se le
Can you tell us a
acercaron
bit
para
about
ese
how you
proyecto y
approach this
dijo,
one?
claro que sí. Y bueno, aquí
Yeah,
estamos.
well, I mean, first off, we're fans too.
Mm.
VV has been involved with working on Tony Hawk games for years, starting with many of the Nintendo handhelds, and a number of us have been involved for
Voy a
the
subirle volumen a
lifetime
esto.
of the
Es el
series.
máximo. No.
We had a number of people that came over
Voy a
from
subirle volumen
Neversoft.
directamente
Myself, I produced 3 of
del
the games.
OBS porque se escucha
So,
bajito.
you know, you start with that fandom, good things will happen. And so, in approaching this,
Ah,
the
no, era
number
mis
one thing for
audífonos.
us was to get it to feel right. It's got to be a high quality game that feels like you remember it. So, we started with the Neversoft engine, looking at the Neversoft code base for the handling, brought that over, also looked at the level layouts and bringing over the geometry as a starting point. And then you upgrade everything from there, from the animations to the high res graphics, to those quality of life improvements that modern gamers expect. So it's a complete package for the fans who are just really aching for the nostalgia of these original games.
Yeah, and you know, this is so many years later, as Tony said, like 20 plus years. So, you know, even the nature of how you control and play the game has changed so much. Because I mean, you remember, Tony, I mean, the old game pads, I mean, it's like, you know, analog sticks weren't even a thing. So it's like, I imagine that was a lot of what you had to think about, is like, how can you play this with, you know, new, more sophisticated controllers that give you so much more granularity when you're playing.
Yeah, well, we've had experience with doing this before, but certainly, you know, if you're an old school player, your thumb's going to drift to that D-pad, and you're going to want to do your tricks that way.
That's
you
me.
can certainly do that if you want to do that. But you know, newer players are used to playing on the analog sticks, and quite frankly, analog is not as precise. So we had to spend a good amount of time iterating and thinking about, okay, how do we make it so it's just
Ahora me pregunto, ¿esto qué
enough,
será?
it
¿Skype?
understands what you're trying
¿Zoom?
to do,
Ok.
but you still have
Hangout.
the
No sé. No,
challenge.
Hangout no creo porque...
I'm
Yeah,
all
Tony.
about the D-pad though.
I'm sure. I was going to say, because Tony, you've had so many years of, you know, going through, you know, different controllers. Even I remember when we revealed the board together one year when you did that. I mean, you've been sort of through everything. When you stepped into this to work with VV, can you maybe talk a bit about the collaboration and kind of, you know, how you were giving feedback and sort of, you know, where you wanted to take the game? You said still be rooted in the history of it, but obviously update it to today's, you know, standards or quality of life, as Jen said.
Yeah, I would say the basis of it was the feel. Does it feel like it responds the way that the original games did? And that's something that we've been kind of missing through, you know, the various versions and attempts at bringing this back. And so when they finally got the feel, and it didn't take them very long, you know, they are really good at what they do, and it's obvious that they're fans of the game. So when I started playing it, it felt like the same response. It felt like the tricks they worked the same, yet the visuals were just way over the top. I mean, they're exponentially better, obviously.
Mira la comparación que hacen del original
But they're even
al
better
remaster, ¿no?
because they spent the time to get these levels and to get these maps looking like photorealistic.
Can you guys maybe talk about the, you know, obviously online is a big part of it, but sort of like what is new or different about this game that you've added to sort of the, you know, the core architecture of the, you know, the original two?
Well, of course, online gaming is naturally an expectation from the modern gamer. So, of course, we've got we've got all of your favorite modes from multiplayer that are now online. But it's interesting because I think actually split screen's still kind of a novelty these days. So
Yeah.
we're bringing that back. All of your favorite modes again. You can play on the couch with your friends and hopefully one day invite them over. Hopefully soon. And as far as other things that you can play online, we also have Create a Park that has been improved. Now you can post your levels online, have your
Ah,
friends
mira,
play them. You can
puedes
share
crear
them
tus propios
online,
mundos
let them take over and
y
customize them
subirlos
even further.
online,
So
A lo
it's a
Mario
pretty
Maker.
robust offering of things
Qué
you can
bueno.
do with your friends out there.
Are you gonna have sort of like are any new tricks or secrets or anything, Tony, like that you wanted to kind of put into these classic levels? I mean, people don't necessarily want them touched, but also I think there's probably some fun. I mean, is there anything kind of new that you said, hey, like I wanna switch this out, or something that's bugged you from 20 years ago that you're like, let's change that out?
There are some polished moves, but I was trying to stay as true as we could to the original. So besides the visuals and obviously the responsiveness, we stayed pretty true to the tricks and the maps. And so yeah, I didn't want to mess with it too much.
Claro,
I feel like people are going to be so excited to play
porque
exactly
es como
as
muy
the
nostálgica la
remake
cosa.
was, but in
Si
this
empiezan a cambiar
revision
demasiado los
2
mundos, se va a
Yeah.
sentir
that
un poco raro.
it's
En
going to
cambio,
be
si los
more
mantienen
playable.
como estaban
Yeah,
originalmente,
no,
pero mucho
it
mejorados,
yeah.
da ese
I
impacto
was
de
gonna
nostalgia
say,
muy grande.
I think what's maybe fresh to these two titles is that you'll have a full suite of tricks to play with from even the latter THPS series. Because when we talk to fans and we ask them, what do you remember about these games, and it's really being that skateboarding superhero, doing those crazy endless lines. So we needed tricks like revert, which came in later, so that you can chain together your tricks. So we added those back into the mix. So I'm really looking forward to seeing people, skate in the warehouse but do some super crazy high combos.
It's funny, I get corrected all the time because when I talk about the series, and I say, oh, when we introduced the revert in THPS 2, which was not in THPS 2, but it's like I don't want to remember a time before we had the revert. So I did insist on adding that into this version, even
Mm,
though I think it came in 3.
It came in 3. That's right. I think
Yeah.
what happens is you start playing and your finger just keeps going for that trigger. So you just again that
Yeah.
muscle memory kicks in and you just want to do the tricks you're familiar with. And so I was doing it. I kept seeing other people doing it. So it made sense that okay, this is what people naturally are going to want to have.
Right. But I think that that's going to be the same thing. There's sort of this blurry memory of, well, I know this trick. Well, that was in 4. So
Right.
we did include some of those just because people were expect them and they won't remember the timeline of the
Right.
series like that.
Oh, for
Right.
sure. He said, I think it all. I mean, 3 was so classic. He said, like everyone just remembers it, some of like the classic, pro skater stuff. I know around the game, you are doing some work with like create a park, create a skater, and can you maybe
que
talk about
van a
that,
mantener
Jen,
como
sort
que
of how you're
los
surrounding that
mismos,
world like
bueno, no
that.
todos, pero sí muchos de los
Yeah,
movimientos
absolutely.
clásicos, las
The game
piruetas
has always
clásicas
been
y
about
cómo se hacían
self-expression.
en el
So
original
Create
para
a
que
Skater is
la
awesome.
gente que ya sepa
We
lo
have a
pueda
ton
hacer
of
muy
diversity in our
naturalmente. Eso me parece
faces,
bastante
the
bueno.
hair, the clothing, so many things that
Um,
you can pick out. Of course,
yo quería decirles
your
que, bueno, que este juego
demographics,
me trae
trucks, wheels,
nostalgia, sí
you
es
name it.
verdad, pero no soy
But
tan
I'm
fanático del
really
skateboard, pero sí
super
recuerdo que
excited about
de
Create a
niño
Park
joven
because the
jugué este
VB
juego
team has
demasiado con mis
really
amigos.
modernized this
Entonces
feature.
yo no
I
sé
told you a bit about
si,
how you
si
can
lo
share
compraré por
online,
nostalgia
etc. But
o me
there are a
espero,
ton of pieces and
porque si no
parts
tengo
that
con
you
quién
can
jugar y no sé
customize
qué,
your
por ahí
park
no me
with.
termina de enganchar,
The
pero
new
la verdad
news
es que
is
me
that
gusta la
you'll be able to
noticia.
modify many of the pieces. And so modify them. If you want to take a rail, twist it around, turn it into basically like a roller coaster, you can do that. If you want to create some crazy massive mega ramp that goes all the way up into the sky, you absolutely can do that too. So I'm really super stoked to see what our players create with this. They're going to be able to share it online, like I said, and share it with their friends. I can imagine one of the things that I look forward to, because you can tag your parks with descriptors, is people being able to go to their local skate park and essentially build it in the game. So if I want to see what a skate park in Chicago looks like, I can just type in Chicago and boom, something appears. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what people do.
That's amazing. So you get to get
La
in
mejor parte va a
design
ser
some
la parte
stuff,
de estar
Tony. So
creando nuevos mapas y
Yeah,
cosas de eso en
absolutely. And I
diferentes
think that was the
locaciones.
original goal too.
Que la
When we
gente
created
tenga
the
libertad
map.
de crear lo que le da la gana,
Share
o
it
sea,
online,
montañas
and it just
rusas,
it
o
didn't
por
come up
ejemplo
huge yet. So
un
now is the
rail que va hacia
time.
el cielo.
having done this, Tony, does this make you feel like, hey, you know, you want to get into keep doing these again and again? Because I mean, you kind of stopped, and there were definitely a lot of people who were like, I know there were a lot of them for a lot of years, and it's sometimes good to take a break. But I feel like people, as you said, I mean, the audience still wants it, right?
Yeah, and there is a strong nostalgia and attachment to the original, at least four,
Yeah.
THPS 1 through 4. So, I mean, 1 and 2 is the jumping off point. I would love to be able to do more down the line. I think that we, especially with VV, like we can make this stuff look spectacular. And the, you know, even 3 and 4, we're still only on PlayStation 2. So
Yep.
we've come a long way with the technology, and I think that these guys truly are the best ones. Like they're the most qualified
Oh, yeah.
to do it. And so every time I get a new version, I can't believe how much better it looks. I mean, that's the truth.
No, VV, you've done such a great job, Jen. I think that's the thing that
Thank
you know,
you.
with games, it's sometimes sad because you know we don't have that backwards compatibility of all of these old systems. So all these games that you know I grew up playing, it's like you just can't really play them anymore, right? And if you know on a PC, sometimes you can find old versions of games, but old, as you said, like PS1 games, PS2 games, it's like you can't just pop them in. So the fact that they're you know they're coming back, but also going forward in time, and you know with the fidelity that you guys are able to build around it, and you know the controls, and even you know with
Hay
Crash,
gente que
where
está
you're trying to
diciendo que
figure
de
out like
repente
how does the
si
jump
este juego va a tener
translate,
la
and how do you
posibilidad de
move on there? So
tener
all the moves and the
el
grinds
Smart
and lines
Delivery
from
o
the
que,
original
es
Tony Hawk
disponible para
games
Play
make
4 y Play
feel
5 en el
right
sentido
on
que
you know these new
si lo colocas en
controllers
una
that
Play
you do.
5 se va a
So
ver mucho
yeah, I'm
mejor
sure you guys have
o una
nailed it.
Xbox One
Unfortunately,
X
since we're all in
en
quarantine, we
Serie
can't
X.
sit there and play it, but I trust you guys are gonna
Pero no sé,
deliver
todo
it,
parece
and
indicar que
I'm
no, porque
so
no ha
excited
salido
that
el logo en ninguna parte, así que...
it's back.
Aunque claro, este es
So
más como una entrevista, así que
exciting
no
news,
sé si
and
lo colocarán en algún
thanks for
tráiler o
being a
algo.
part of this with us as we virtually bring together the gaming world. But I'm sure everyone will be excited that it's coming out soon, right? And it's going to be early fall.
That's right. We're coming out
Va a
September
salir
4th.
el 4 de
And if you
septiembre.
pre-order today, you can, well, if you pre-order in general, not
Yeah.
just today, you'll get access to that iconic warehouse level from THPS 1, and you'll get access to it early, so before the game releases. So definitely check it out.
O sea, si lo preordenas ahora, puedes tener el primer mapa de nostalgia
No, I get that's the thing is that part of this thing with this whole summer game
y
fest
jugar
thing, you know, is
ya.
people are at home and they want to, you know, play games because they're not going to be able to go to, you know, events like E3 and stuff like that this year to play stuff. So the fact that you're going to have, you know, the warehouse people be able to play, you know, later this summer is awesome to hear. So, all right, well, Tony, Jen, thanks for joining me. Great to have THPS back and coming this fall. So we'll look forward to seeing more later this year.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Ok, señores, esta fue la primera parte de Summer Game Fest con respecto al Tony Hawk. Y ahora, no sé si este es el final, la verdad, porque no estoy seguro si esto es lo único que van a hacer, que lo de Tony Hawk no, van a continuar. No, creo que va a continuar. Creo que va a continuar porque te viene publicidad un poquito. Bueno, bajar con volumen a esto que está muy alto. Bueno, vamos a dar un poco de volumen acá. No sé, chicos, ¿qué les parece? Ya, déjame bajarle directamente el volumen desde acá. ¿Qué les parece, chicos? A mí me pareció bien, me pareció bastante nostálgico. Y bueno, no sé todavía si lo voy a comprar. Mira cómo dropeó de 6.000 y pico a 1.800 el view. Pero bueno, no importa. Yo estoy aquí pendiente, mira, para ver si va a haber más contenido. Creo que no, porque dice ahorita miércoles 11 de la mañana, Special Showcase Interview. Not to be missed, one of the most important events of the schedule. Así que creo que esto sí se acabó. Esto es el final del Summer Game Fest. Así que ya no hay nada más que ver, chicos. Bueno, gracias por estar en sintonía. Yo voy a dar mis impresiones cuando haga el video y eso. Pero aquí más o menos decirles que no me parece mal. Me gustó bastante la idea. Y bueno, ya saben, lo pueden preordenar ahora, tener el demo para poderlo jugar con el primer nivel. Y nada, pueden dejar también en los comentarios los que les ha parecido y bueno, si están emocionados por el juego o no. Tengo que esperar para la siguiente parte que al parecer va a ser bastante genial. Ya os dijo así como que, oh, va a ser impactante. Así que nada chicos, dejo esto por aquí. Decirles también que voy a hacer directo de Final Fantasy VII original. Continuamos, estamos a punto de llegar al este el templo de los antiguos, así que bueno, va a estar interesante por ahí, así que los espero en el canal. Sin nada más que decir, gracias por haber estado aquí conmigo y nos vemos en la próxima.